Hello everyone, back tuning into today's second video. We're going to have a look at the weather for next week, 10 days for today's second video. It takes to around the 23rd of July. So we're into the second half of summer now with the week to 10 day updates. We just released JMA Friday. You can find that video here on the homepage. Just scroll down the page a little bit and it's above the polling count. So that's taking us into the middle of August. It does look as though the weather is going to be staying quite warm overall, pretty hot, but it might start turning a bit thundery as we go through the next 4 weeks. So as we progress, it might start to turn more unsettled, but overall the temperature staying quite hot really through to the middle part of August. Have a look at that and see what you think. This video, as I say, is going to focus on the next week to 10 days, which takes us into the second half of July. Before I get on with that, just going to say a big thank you to our latest patron. We've had a new patron for Azores. So Andrew O'Neill has become Azores' latest and 20th patron. We are now up to 20 patrons for Azores. So if you would like to become a patron for Azores and get a mention in the vids, all you have to do is come to our Patreon page, and this is it. We link to this on all pages at Azores, and we put the link in the description box at YouTube. So you just come here, sign up for a Patreon account, and then you can donate a monthly donation to Azores. And by doing that, you become a patron. It could be anything from $1 a month upwards. So that's how you become a patron for Azores. Alternatively, you can give a one-off donation through PayPal, and this is the Azores paypal.me page. So if you'd like to just give a one-off donation, then you can do it through our PayPal page and just donate whatever you would like to donate. You will get a shout out, you get a mention in the videos if you become a patron or a donor for Azores. Just to say thank you for doing that for the website. If you want, well, not everybody that has donated has wanted a mention, so if you want to stay anonymous, just leave a note with your donation. That's absolutely fine. We'll do that for you, but otherwise you'll get a mention in the vids. And a big thank you to all of the donors and patrons for Azores. It is helping us to pay for our website. It's helping us to pay for Gaz Weather vids and keep the website online and keep all the content free of charge. We're primarily ads funded. We will be remaining that way, so we won't be going behind paywalls or anything like that. We just ask if you can afford to make a little donation, but you do that. And a big thank you to all of the donors and patrons for Azores, and a big thank you to Andrew O'Neill for becoming our latest patron for Azores. Right, let's get on with the video then, and we're going to start off by having a look at the radar picture from the weather outlook. So things are beginning to liven up a little bit out there now. So we've got an area of precipitation from the south of Scotland down into northern England through the Pennine chain. Most of that is light at the moment. A few heavy, thundery showers appearing to the south of Scotland, just to the south of Edinburgh, but most of this in the north of England is actually quite light at the moment. It might pep up later on. Down in the southwest, though, we've got this area of heavy showers and maybe thunderstorms through parts of Wales and going down into sort of southwest England from Oxford through towards Bristol, and then going further south in towards sort of Hampshire, that sort of area. Let's see if there's any lightning flashing away. Yes, there is. So these showers are beginning to turn thundery now, turning into thunderstorms through Wales and down into that sort of southwest Midlands to Bristol Channel type area. We have got some flashes of lightning there. Otherwise, we see, but it's mainly dry at the moment. I think these east and southeast areas are likely to have a dry and a hot or a very warm afternoon. The showers will probably get more widespread through Wales and the Midlands later on today. So if you catch a storm, you'll know about it. It'll be slow moving and it'll be quite heavy, but they will be hit and miss, so not everywhere is going to get those storms this afternoon. It's just an indication that things are just now starting to wobble a little bit in the atmosphere, and after a mainly dry for the south anyway, weekend and hot weekend, that will be more evident, I think, through the course of next week. So here's the GFS temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next 2 weeks. The red line here is the 30-year upper air temperature average. You're looking at Salford in the northwest of England today. So we start off quite hot. Temperatures are going to be rising from today through to the weekend. Temperatures lifting up yet again. So it's going to be a pretty hot weekend down in the south and the southeast. Temperatures will be approaching 32 degrees, 90 Fahrenheit in central London, I think, on Sunday afternoon. So it's going to be a very hot afternoon for the Wimbledon final, to say the least. Early next week, the temperatures will drop a little bit, but overall still holding up quite warm with the temperatures, to be honest. Through this second part of the graph of the chart, we find those temperature ensembles holding up really average to above average. There's no sign of anything particularly cool coming up, and that's backed up by JMA Friday, of course, which is indicating that the very warm to hot temperatures are likely to continue for the foreseeable future. There's no real sign of an end to this hot summer, but what there is a sign of is that we start to get more and more precipitation going, and that is also backed up by the GFS ensembles. So here's today's showers and thunderstorms. Then we get a mainly dry couple of days over weekend, but through to next week we find these rainfall spikes becoming more and more apparent. So it does look as though not only might there be heavy showers and thunderstorms through the course of next week, I wouldn't be totally ruling out the chance of some longer spells of rain coming through as well. And we've probably been 2 or 3 months since we've seen such a wet ensemble chart as that. So it does look as though the atmosphere is definitely wobbling, and there will be an end to this prolonged dry spell for many of us in the days ahead. Temperature anomalies are looking like this, coming out warmer than average again. How often have we been saying that since April? So the temperature anomaly for the UK and Ireland is between around 2 and 4 degrees above average, but the core of the high temperatures actually over Scandinavia, where we're kind of like 8 to 10 degrees above average. Very hot scene up over Scandi in the coming week. Most parts of Europe are coming out warmer than average. It's a very warm scene at the moment across Europe. Now, this is a little bit of a change compared to what we've had for some time. This is precipitation anomaly from the 13th to the 21st of July, and many parts of the UK going towards average precipitation. Quite a few areas, particularly northern and eastern parts of the country, are actually going towards wetter than average conditions, and that is all down to the increasing chance of heavy showers and thunderstorms. We're not talking about a big deviation, but we're kind of talking about 50% of average, something like that, or 150% of average rainfall over the next week, which isn't a huge amount, but it is a big change on what we've had in terms of these very, very dry conditions over the past sort of week to 10 days, or over the past couple of months, I should say. Right, so let's have a look at the GFS for Monday then, and we find that we've got pressure weakening across the country. This is the ridge still in over Scandinavia and out into the Atlantic. The pattern over the past couple of months is that these 2 areas of high pressure form one very large ridge extending from the Atlantic up to Scandinavia, but signs that that ridge is weakening on Monday as this low pressure is starting to move in from the northwest. That low pressure, of course, carrying the remains of former Hurricane Chris. We go through to the early part of next week, and the weather patterns have gone rather slack, but this is a trough within the 500 millibar flow that's over top of the country. So at the very least, we can expect showers, possibly even thunderstorms, to be coming through during the early and middle part of next week. We still keep that upper trough close to the country as we go through to Thursday. So it's not a real area of low pressure. This is not a definitive breakdown. Although it will be bringing heavy showers and thunderstorms, it is not a definitive breakdown to the summer, and so that's why the temperatures are holding up, because we're not re-establishing a genuine Atlantic flow, and we're not bringing the jet stream down across the country. So it's kind of like a partial breakdown, I suppose, because there is a trough within the 500 millibar flow. Again, you see that just there for Saturday, 21st of July, over a week away, but we've still got that trough in the upper 500 millibar flow. But this is not a return of the jet stream. It's not a return of westerlies. So therefore, although it's more unsettled and there's more energy in the atmosphere producing showers and storms, it's not much. It's not significantly cooler. It is a little bit cooler compared to what it will be over the weekend. But what I'm trying to get across is that we're not re-establishing the Atlantic and the jet stream. So it's not a genuine breakdown to this hot summer pattern. And so therefore what actually happens in the extended range of this GFS run is that we begin to build the Azores High back up again. So this is day 10, Monday the 23rd of July. And by then, the ridge from the Azores is beginning to start to build back. And what actually happens with the extended range of this 6 o'clock run of the GFS is that we do, after this more unsettled phase through the middle and third week of July, we do build this ridge back in across the country and eventually start to pull up some very warm air from the south again as we go through this final week of July. That's a classic thundery breakdown type situation going on there from the 25th, building up the ridge to the 26th, putting up those hot southerly winds to the 27th, then bringing up low pressure from Biscay. That will be producing a thundery breakdown. And then go through to the very end of the GFS run, which is Sunday the 29th of July, where again low pressure is beginning to move in from off the Atlantic as that thundery weather clears away to the east. So in the final week of July, we might turn things hotter again. Then we go through to the ECMWF. That's how it's looking for Monday. So again, weakening that ridge, bringing the trough in from the northwest. So through Tuesday to Wednesday, we've got this shallow trough over the country producing showers or longer spells of rain. Temperatures will cool down compared to where they are at the weekend and the start of next week. But they'll still be pretty warm because we're not re-establishing a genuine Atlantic flow here. Into the second part of the ECM run, which is kind of like the extended range, we do re-establish a little bit of an Atlantic flow, so it's a bit cooler for the north. But again, by day 10, actually, Monday 23rd of July, we're beginning to try and re-establish that ridge from the Azores once more. So if we could go on another couple of days with that, we would probably see that things turn hotter from the south once again as that ridge builds back in. And then finally the GEM looks like that, so low pressure pushing through the country as this shallow trough through the early part and middle part of next week, bringing showers, maybe longer spells of rain, possibly thunderstorms as well, and somewhat cooler temperatures. We go into the extended range with a GM. That's how we look. A little bit more unsettled at day 10 compared to the other two models. So it's got low pressure out to the northwest of Scotland. We're bringing through more of a westerly flow. So that is quite a bit cooler and is rather more unsettled at day 10 compared to what the GFS and the ECMWF are showing. However, that is not the best model. The other two are rated highest. And so it's a rather complicated situation, this, because it's a fine judgment, really, as to what happens next week. I think we will get more in way of precipitation. We can clearly see that on the ensemble graphs that we've been looking at over the past few days. So there will be showers, there will be thunderstorms. We break the dry spell through most parts of the country. Of course, one or two areas, because this is thunderstorms and showers, one or two areas will be very unlucky next week and will stay completely dry, I suppose. They'll miss all the showers, miss all the downpours. But overall, most places should get some rain, I would have thought, next week. Temperatures cool down a bit, but this is not a complete breakdown of the heat wave. It's only a partial breakdown of the, particularly the dry spell, and a partial breakdown of the heat wave. But it's not a genuine return of the Atlantic and return of the westerlies. And so because of that, because the jet stream isn't really coming back, by day 10 we see that we do have the chance of building the Azores High back again. And if we do that, then the final week of July might turn dry and hot again for a time anyway, before possibly breaking down to thunderstorms. I suspect the driest phase of this summer has passed. That's a big claim, but I've got a feeling the driest part of the summer has passed. And from now on, I think we'll be much more unstable. So I suspect we will have quite a bit more hot weather to go this summer. I think we've got plenty of heat still left here for this summer. But I think it will be a lot more unstable compared to what it's been up to now. And so when it does get hot, it will probably break quite quickly into showers and thunderstorms. Famous last words. Well, I've got a feeling the driest phase of this summer is about to go. But I think the temperatures are going to carry on holding up, and at times we will bring up some real heat, I think, still in the next month or so. So we'll see how it goes anyway. That was the indication from JMA Friday. Temperatures holding up, but more unstable. We'll see how it goes. Of course, in the shorter term, we're concentrating on those heavy showers and thunderstorms next week. If there's enough to go on, we might do Stormwatch at some point over the weekend, but just depends whether there's enough to go on to warrant a Stormwatch. But it is possible we'll have our first Stormwatch for a very long time coming up over the weekend. And of course, the weekend forecast, we'll be looking in detail at the chance of heavy showers and thunderstorms through the course of next week. So come back for that tomorrow. But that's all for now, and thanks for watching.